Hey guys, during this quarantine, my wife and I decided we was going to remodel a little bit. Well, one of the things was countertops. So we decided to make a how-to video, or more or less maybe a how not to video. So if this doesn't work, you probably won't even see it. So, but anyway, first step it says to sand down and rough in your countertops. So we've done that. We've taped them off, and then we're going to go from there. But basically what we're doing, we're using a product called Spreadstone from Daich. And what it is, it's going to supposedly makes them turn into almost like granite type look. So here's a few steps. Alright, in the instructions it gave us, step one is our base coat, basically a primer. It says to shake and stir thoroughly. Okay. Alright, I've got it mixed up really well. The consistency's a lot thicker than I thought it was going to be. So anyway, it says to pour it in. Alright, first step says to trim your edges and paint your edges. Alright, after you trim your edges in, it says to come on the first coat and roll on your first coat. It's real thick, so you'll have to prime it in a good bit before your roller gets adapted to the paint. Alright, we've waited 30 minutes for our first coat to dry. It's dry to the touch. We're going to go ahead and put our second coat of primer, or our base coat, on now, and then it's got to rest for several hours and dry and cure. Alright, we just finished our second coat of primer. We did learn one thing if you're trying this. If you have a part that's partially dry, don't go back over it because it pulls the paint back up. As you can see right there, we tried to hit it, and the more we hit it, the more that come up from the first coat. So once you go over it, just let it sit. Alright, good morning. We ended up having to put a third coat on here because the old countertop kept bleeding through. So if you look at it, we have got it, the third coat on. It looks decent. Got a couple spots where it's still showing through, but we've let that dry for a couple hours now. So now it says to put on the step two, which is the stone coating. It says to shake it up really well. I've shaken it, but they also said it's going to build up in the bottom. So to get it, it's supposed to stir it with a paint stick. If you look here, it is very thick, and it does come up from the bottom. See, the consistency is really thick. As y'all can see, it's very thick. It says to submerge your roller. And it's not really liking the roller cover, but we'll get it adapted. Alright, this stuff goes on really thick, and it's okay to push, it says it's okay to push these specks around to disperse them like you want it dispersed on here. So. Okay, we just finished the second coat. It's all ready to dry. We're going to let it dry for about two and a half hours, and then we're going to sand it. But what we did find out is the specks, they do kind of pile up or glump up on you, but it's okay to push them around. to get to the form you want, to the desired texture. And you just smooth them out like you want. So we'll come back and sand here in just a little bit. Okay guys, our last step. We have had this sanded and it's cured for 24 hours. We figured out there's some spots, if the more particles that you want showing through and shine, you have to sand them a little bit harder to get them to come through. And then there was a couple spots that we sanded too much on. We just went back and repainted and then let it sit, and we sanded it. So now we've got it to the texture we want. So we're going to go and put the third step on, which is the clear coat. It kind of looks like some glue, but it goes on. We're going to have to put 2 coats of this on. All right, and then after this, we'll let it cure for 24 hours, and then should be good to go. All right, guys, we have almost completed our project. We have put the first coat of the clear coat on, and it changed the look of it, made a shiny coat on it, but it looks really good. I'm very pleased the way it's turned out so far. But I'm fixing to put on the last coat of clear coat, and then it has to cure for 24 hours before we start using it. But after that 24 hours, it's good, we can use it, and we're good to go. So when we pull the tape off and give you a finished project, all right, we got our last coat of clear coat on. It's looking good, it's drying, it's dried a little bit now to where it's tacky. So I'm just going to start taking off our tape, and we're going to let it cure for 24 hours. All right, guys, it's been 24 hours, maybe a little bit more. We are super excited about this. We turned our old countertops that were 19 years old, changed them. They look like new now. We're kind of excited about it, but anyway, it was a little easier than we thought, but it was intimidating at first. But we're excited about it. I do recommend to any do-it-yourselfer to try it before going and get new countertops, because this cost us a little shy of $200. New countertops was going to cost us about $4,500 to $5,500. So anyway, good luck to you.